Did you ever stop to think about why, in Alien, no one can hear you scream in space? Well, there's more to it than just adding drama. The truth is, sound doesn't travel in a vacuum like it does here on Earth. So, all those roaring engines and exploding spaceships, not exactly realistic. In fact, Hollywood takes quite a few liberties when it comes to depicting outer space. The overview. Sound travels through air molecules, creating waves we perceive as sound. In space, there is no air for sound to propagate, as particles exist but are unable to efficiently carry waves. Sound, as we know it, relies on the interaction of air molecules to produce waves that are perceived by our ears. However, when these sound waves reach space, without the presence of air molecules, they simply cannot travel or exist. For instance, sound waves created by a smartphone speaker in the air would not exist in space as there is no air for them to interact with. Light, like particles, arises from electron interactions in space. Electrons encounter obstacles like other electrons or atoms, resulting in light. Light travels through space without air but slower due to greater distance. In summary, sound and light rely on air molecules for travel and existence. Without these molecules, sound waves cannot exist and light's travel is hindered. Understanding and experiencing these phenomena requires air molecules. Now, technically, sound does exist in space, it's just that there's nothing to transmit it. If you were to strike an anvil, for example, it would make noise, but that noise wouldn't go anywhere. It's like shouting into a void no one's going to hear you. And those explosions you see in space movies, they're not entirely accurate either. While certain types of explosions can happen in a vacuum, they wouldn't look or sound the way Hollywood portrays them. Without air to carry the shockwaves, explosions would be silent and less dramatic. Considering the risks of space, it's true that it's not as severe as imagined. Proximity to a star could cause freezing or overheating, but it doesn't lead to an immediate, deadly scenario. Air pressure deprivation presents challenges, but not the explosive outcomes depicted in films. As for stars, they're not all fiery balls of gas. They come in different colors and temperatures, and they're not always yellow. In fact, they can appear white or bluish depending on their temperature and your perspective. Please refrain from challenging me about asteroid belts. Contrary to movies, they are sparse and coordinated debris clumps rather than dense, close encounters. In reality, asteroids move far apart, minimizing the likelihood of a dangerous collision. So, the next time you watch a space movie, just remember, Hollywood may take some creative liberties. But the reality of outer space is far more fascinating and sometimes stranger than fiction.